What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Sailing Fujin, and do I have some exciting updates to give you guys. First of all, let's go over the main engine. So we've been having our engine looked at for a possible head gasket failure. Last episode we went into about how my mechanic Chris from California Yacht Services removed the head and took it over to his machine shop to get it looked for cracks. Very exciting news, I just got a call today that the head does not have any cracks and it pretty much looks brand new. So that is very good news, but it also could be very bad news. So it means that the head is in good condition and it could be put back on the engine with a new head gasket, and that could be basically it. We could have a working engine next week. But if that doesn't work, that means we have even more problems, which means a possible crack in the block, which is basically game over for us. You got to get a whole new engine. From what I understand, yeah, it's just not worth at replacing the block. You might as well just do an entire repower, which costs upwards of $10,000, which is money we don't have. So yeah, Chris is going to get back to me later this week, possibly putting the head on this Thursday or Friday, and giving her a test and see what happens. But yeah, I'm kind of hungry right now, so I'm going to finish this peanut butter jelly sandwich that I made, and then we'll go down below and talk about our registration of the boat. Right, so we have registered the boat with the Coast Guard. If you want to know why we did that and the process of how that goes, you click on this link right up here, and that will be to the previous video explaining all of that and what we had to go through to get Coast Guard registration. So, yeah, our documentation just came into the mail. We keep it now in our little documents binder here. So, lo and behold, our certificate of documentation. So the boat is now officially registered with the U.S. Coast Guard. It is federally registered, not state registered, so it has nothing to do with the DMV anymore. So when you sail out of state or out of country, you are more recognized by a foreign country and you're able to clear customs a lot easier. So we have this here, our certificate of documentation. It says most of the vessel particulars, such as length, tonnage, the name, the hailing port, our official number, and normal things that you'd find on our, DMV registration, like my address and all of that. So yeah, we renew this once a year. The first renewal is about $130, and after that, I'm pretty sure it is a lot cheaper, but we haven't really got there yet because this is our first time registering with the Coast Guard. So now that our registration has been taken care of, we can go ahead and get rid of those ugly CF numbers that are on the bow. So we're actually going to do that tomorrow and wait for Julie to get here. So yeah, we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Do you have any lotion? My hands look dry. Bro, I'm not getting paid to make
I'm a professional.
You're not getting paid to lotion your hands. Okay, it is the next day, and Julie has not showed up, so we have a new guest star to replace her, my father. So we're going to be using this heat gun pretty much here to take off the CF numbers. We used that a while ago on the transom lettering, and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, same thing, pretty simple. We're just going to go ahead, heat up those letters with the heat gun, and peel them off. So just like last time, the lettering came off pretty easy. We almost didn't even need the heat gun, that's how easy it was to take off. However, easy was not going to be the theme of the rest of the project because we would soon realize the hull paint under the lettering was a completely different color than the rest of the hull. My first thought was maybe it was just faded from the sun and I could blend it in with some rubbing compound. So I broke out the old trusty compound made by 3M and got to work. I used this same stuff when I took off the transom lettering and it did a really good job at getting rid of the carbon and dirt around the lettering, and I was praying that it would do the same for this situation under this lettering. Okay, so my dad is working on the starboard side CF numbers right now. It's a little bit colder on that side, so the heat coming is really coming into play over there. We gave this side a good rub down with the 3M rubbing compound. It's not looking good. The old paint is definitely underneath those numbers, and I don't think there's much we could really do about that. It's just kind of what it is. We could try buffing it out with a buffer, see if that does anything, but in the end it might just need a new coat of paint to match the rest of the boat. So yeah, we'll do a little research on Reddit and see what people of the sailing sub say about that, and we'll go from there. Spoiler alert, the people of our sailing on Reddit said absolutely nothing. That being the case, I assumed there was nothing I could do but repaint this section of the hull, which is definitely not going to happen anytime soon.
Look at me sitting at Selma's waiting for me.
Hey, you want another one of those? You
No.
good? I think you need another one. I have a Mai Tai in
He's
the
ready
fridge.
to mind. I found him floating in the water. I'm doing my part.
I got a Mai Tai in the fridge if you want it. Come on, let me grab it for you.
Say no to dope, no to drugs.
Damn. I need your assistance with another job. Oh, finally that guy's gone. Can finally get some real work done around here now. I guess we could put the new mooring lines on now. That could be a little small, easy project, hopefully. Oh yeah. Woo! Who doesn't love a brand new box of mooring lines? We were definitely due for some new mooring lines. As you can see here, they are pretty much frayed, UV damaged, and weathered. When I'm in the slip, which is a lot these days, I have bungee cords attached to my mooring lines which prevent the boat from jolting around so much. To attach them to the lines, I tie what is called an alpine butterfly loop. I tie 2 of these knots in each line so both carabiners on the bungee cord can attach to the loops. It takes a little trial and error from how much slack you put in between the knots, but eventually you get it just right. The bungee cords I'm using here are called Davis Dock Shockles. I've been using them for a few months and they have been working out great. Not only do they ensure a good night's sleep, but they also prevent wear and tear on your boat's cleats and harbiner. We have 4 of them and they're about $50 a piece, and they are well worth the money. I'll go ahead and link them in the description below. Well, I think that's just gonna about do it for today. The CF numbers didn't come out as planned. I was really hoping that it would be a nice clean look, but yeah, the paint from the old paint is showing underneath. So yeah, we took them off so it would look better, and it almost kind of looks a little worse. Boat projects for you, you know? But yeah, we got the new lines on. Yeah, give the boat a good scrub down and we'll call it for today. See what we can do tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day. A little disappointing news. I went for a jog this morning and I ran by this planter and I saw some bicycle rims that looked exactly like mine. And I was like, that's very interesting. There was no tires on them. They were just sitting there in the planter. So I quickly ran back to where I usually keep my bike in the parking lot. I usually keep it on a U-lock bolted down to this fence. And sure enough, there it was, suspended in the middle of the air with no wheels on it and no tires. So obviously, since the rims were over there in a planter, this person who took the time to take my wheels off just wanted the tires. Mind you, I had some pretty sweet tires. They are called Slicky G's and they have white walls and they're very sleek, but now they are gone, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to find some new tires for this bike now, which is not very expensive, but just a little annoying, you know? I mean, who takes the time to do this just to take someone's tires, you know? Just a little small project we're gonna do this morning. I ordered some new LED light bulbs to replace the incandescent ones. These are pretty nice because they only draw 3 watts of power, while the incandescent ones draw about 20 watts. So what is that? That's 7 times more power that these incandescent light bulbs are drawing. from the DC system. And when you're off grid and you're running on your batteries, that is a lot of power and that matters. So yeah, these little LED lights should save us a lot of power when it comes to being off grid. So we're gonna go ahead and install them now and see how they look. Definitely a lot brighter. Unfortunately, we won't be able to tell what it really looks like until nightfall, so I guess we'll kind of wait till then and compare and contrast. Yeah, this one's kind of important back here. A lot of times when I'm digging around in my backpacks back here in the quarter berth, it's kind of pretty dark back here and hard to find things. I pretty much use the quarter berth just as storage, you know. There's not a lot of room on these boats, and you know, no one else is really sleeping here but me. So it's a storage unit. Oh yeah, there we go. Let there be light. Big things happening here. The old lights right here. Now we're gonna put in the LED light bulb. Yeah, definitely a lot brighter. See what it looks like at night. There is one update I forgot to give you guys yesterday. So I had my main sail sent off to Ullman Sails for a repair job. We had a couple holes in the main sail, and I think it was due to reefing the sail, and it got caught on a couple fittings on the boom. So they were just small little penny-sized holes in the mainsail. So took it over to them, and they put some sail tape on it for me. And we also had a problem at the foot of the sail at the tack. There's this piece, I think it's called, I don't know really what it's called actually, but it's the rope that slides into the slot in the boom. And that was kind of coming off. So what they did was just put in a new piece of rope and wrapped it with twine. And yeah, it looks pretty good. The sail is still in pretty good condition. It's still pretty crispy. They were all pretty impressed with how it was doing with its age, since it's actually the original mainsail from the boat. So the thing is, you know, 40 years old now and still has some life left in it. Anyway, yesterday after he finished the CF numbers, my friend Jimmy Ray came over. He's new to the marina. He has a Catalina 36. He's right down the dock over there. So yeah, he helped me put on the mainsail. It's always nice to have a second set of hands to do jobs like that. So thank you, Jimmy Ray. Okay, everybody, it is the next day, and Julie has finally showed up to get some boat projects done here. So we have a small list of things to do today. The first project is going to be installing mattress underlays. We ordered these mattress underlays off of Amazon. They're made by Dendri. So what's been going on is underneath the mattress pads from sleeping on them, we've been gathering condensation. And I think it's just from body heat and body sweat and all that good stuff. So it kind of just goes underneath the mattress pad and starts pooling, like this pool of water underneath there, which then soaks into the wood and soaks into other components of the boat, and you get mold and mildew, which we don't really like. So yeah, these things, so we got them off Amazon. I think I said they're made by Dendri, but we'll put a link up here and in the description below for them if you guys want to check that out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to take the mattress pads out of the V-berth, dry them all out, put a heater up there, dry out the V-berth because it's still a little bit of moisture in the wood, so we want to take care of that as well. Yeah, we'll make a template, cut them all out to spec, and we'll go from there. The mats we ordered were made in the USA by a small mom-and-pop style business. In the package, there were multiple letters and envelopes that held directions, frequently asked questions, and other things, but we'll go into that later. This one was pretty cool because they hand wrote my name in ink on the envelope. You could immediately tell these people really cared about their product and business. Anyway, Julie and I started the tedious process of removing all the bedding and mats from the V-berth. So earlier we were talking about moisture getting below.
Jesus Christ.
Does that scare you? Jeez. So earlier we were talking about moisture getting underneath the mattress pads. Well, it also gets on the side of the pads as well, like on the bulkheads. So it'll gather a lot of condensation here. And you can see right here, it's pretty moist on this wood. And if it doesn't get attention like we're doing now, this could eventually rot and you'll have to replace the whole bulkhead, which we'd rather not do. So that's kind of why we're doing this whole project. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking underneath the mattress pads and found this moisture here. So we're taking care of that now. For the time being, while the mattress pads are out of here, we're just going to put the heater in here, hopefully get all this moisture out of the wood, let everything air out, and hopefully that takes care of the problem and we don't have further damage here to the bulkhead. Take it and plug it into the heater. While the demoisturizing process was going on inside, we went outside to cut out the mats. In the package, we discovered another nice personalized card that had directions inside and frequently asked questions with answers to go with them. So we rolled out the mats, and not to our surprise, they are rectangular. Since our V-berth is a triangle, we would have to do some slight modifications with a simple pair of scissors and a little bit of geometry skills. About that one. Genius. Ah, yes. Finally, it was time to open the "Do Not Open Until Done" envelope. What was in it, you may ask? Well, a very nice thank you card from the family at Ravenwolf Marine. But that was not all. There was an extra little gift in the envelope. However, we don't want to spoil it for you when you get your own den dry mats, so we blurted out to ensure not to ruin the surprise.
Hi, Skittles, I wonder.
Alright, so we got the underlay for the mattress set up here. We got everything put back together, and as you can see here, there is a breathable layer for air and oxygen to get under there. So if there is condensation that ends up below the mattress, it will hopefully evaporate. Now, I want to put some of these same things in the settee in the midships berth, but we're going to wait a couple weeks and just see how this works out before we start setting up and ordering more for the midships area. So that's considered done. So we're going to go up to the next project on the top side. A few weeks ago, a couple episodes back, we installed grab rails on the top side. We actually took them off, refinished them, sanded them all down. It was a huge project and reinstalled them. But we left one step out, and it was taking care of the bungs. They're these pieces of little wood, these round pieces of wood that stick out from the top of the grab rail. It kind of shields water from getting into the bolts, which hold down the grab rail. So we're going to get our multi-tool, we're going to saw them off so they're level, sand them down, make them look very nice, and then we're going to refinish them with our teak oil. So let's go ahead and get that started. Tell me about what you did in the V-berth.
What, you mean?
Did you clean it?
Yes, I cleaned the V-berth because it was disgusting on the gutters.
What'd you find in the gutters?
Let's see. Well, there was like probably mold and mildew, dust, and then kind of I feel like there was actually like white stuff that kind of seemed like, what do you call it? The fiberglass dust, which was weird, but I don't know actually what that was. And then in the forward cracks had mold in them, which is nice.
What are you going to do about that?
It's already done, baby. We're done for today.
That's it?
That's it. Go home. Everybody go home.
Well, everybody, that's going to do it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more sailing and DIY content. Next week, we'll give you another update on our engine and what's going on with that, and we're just going to dive into more DIY projects. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you all next episode.